Well, remember that blob of warm water off the Oregon coast we've been telling you about? Last week, we showed you a rare humpback whale sighting that a marine biologist believed may have been due to that blob.
Tonight, we're learning about a different consequence of warm Pacific Ocean water. Sick seabirds are washing ashore in need of rehabilitation. Fox 12's Brenna Kelly was on the Oregon coast today to get a behind-the-scenes look at the Wildlife Center of the North Coast and hear from experts about how this blob is affecting their daily work.
This room is our small cage room. In here we have, this is a barred owl that has a broken wing.
At the Wildlife Center of the North Coast in Astoria.
And then we have mealworms in our live mealworm tank.
Being okay with being smelly is a job requirement.
Here's some frozen rats.
For the last 2 decades, the nonprofit has been rehabilitating injured and sick native animals so they can be released back into the wild.
These are common murres. They're some of the most common rehabilitated seabirds in Oregon, and we're the only place that takes them.
It's the only specialty clinic for seabirds in Oregon, and right now they have a lot of them in their care. It's because they're dealing with a big environmental issue, one they've seen before.
When we hear that there's a warm blob in the ocean, this puts us on preparedness mode. It puts us in preparedness mode.
Josh Saranpa, the executive director of the center, says when there's warm water off the Oregon coast, he knows to brace for a whole lot more calls.
Our waters are not tropical waters, so the fish that live there are not tropical fish. So when someone says warm waters are hitting, we know we're going to likely have some sort of crash, seabird die-off, they call it.
That's because the birds of the ocean lose their food source. Saranpa says the number of seabirds coming in isn't unusually high for this time of year. Rather, they're seeing more adults starving or washing up on shore, and that's what indicates a change.
And so if an adult bird is struggling out there, that means there's something wrong with the environment because they know how to find food and how to hunt.
They're going to be so excited.
Over in Warrenton, the team is getting ready to release 5 white pelicans. They'd come to them starving and too young to fly. And they needed a little help, even if it meant volunteers trekking through mud to get them back on their way.
Believe me, we've seen worse out there.
Finally, after weeks of rehab at the center's clinic, the pelicans settle in like they never even left.
It makes every feather louse, every poop on and puked on worth it.
It's all the volunteers can hope for. Reporting in Warrenton, Brenna Kelly, Fox 12 Oregon.
The Wildlife Center of the North Coast relies on volunteers for support, and they say they're about to enter a busier season. If you'd like more information on how you can help, head to our website, kptv.com.
Okay.